Hello, my name is John Silver and I am a professional artist. I have been painting for well over 50 years and I hope to share my knowledge of painting with you, including many tips and tricks I have accumulated over those years. In this series of instructional videos, I shall mainly be concentrating on painting landscapes using acrylic paints and showing you just how easy and enjoyable landscape painting can be. Okay, let's start. Now, the way I always begin a painting is by knocking in the basic shapes, using a black or a Payne's grey, and trying to get the dark areas established first. So at the moment it is quite random, and I'm using this fan brush just to give it some randomness. It doesn't have to be accurate. Remember to have fun with this. I'm now moving it around a little bit with a piece of kitchen roll paper. And then what I'll do is I spray it, lightly spray it, and just before it's dry, use the kitchen roll again and take off some of the paint, and even using a silicone scraper to just scratch into it and move the paint around and just enjoy myself and have fun with it. Then I'll need to dry that. I'll let it dry a little bit using a hair dryer. And then what I'll do is go back into the darks and establish those darker areas again. And these are building up layers all the time. You're building layers up, which creates a lot more interest. Using the back end of the brush to scrape little lines in there just to create interest. These will all be painted over using the scraper again. Now just adding a little bit of the background sky colour with a little bit of phthalo blue and titanium white. Then adding some yellow ochre or cadmium yellow to it just to create a distant green, like they're distant trees. Then what I'll start to do is put some of the greens in just to give me a basic tone. These are mid-tone greens using the Payne's grey and yellow. And I'm going to have a green path on this. So it's a grassy path leading into a dark woodland area. And again, just move the paint around a little bit, scrape and scratch. That's the beauty of acrylic paint. You can do this and let it dry and then do another layer over the top. And all these layers build up and add depth and detail to the painting. Do the same with the tree here. Just basically adding some foliage with some green. Now, I'm not keeping that fan brush in one area. I'm twisting it each time. I'm not keeping it in the same plane all the time. Rotating it as I do these little dabs, and it creates a randomness. Remember, foliage is random. It's not generally uniform. Nature is random. And one of the old masters' sayings was, if you want to paint nature, you have to paint randomly. Paint in a random fashion, not uniform. And each of these layers then builds up, this randomness builds up and creates these layers and textures of leaves. And using the same brush now, again this fan brush, but in an upright manner, to create little weeds and plants. Using a lighter green. And adding some warmer, just add a little bit of burnt sienna to the green, just warms it up slightly. And I'm going to add a little tree trunk here using Again, some burnt sienna added to the green. Slightly darker green this time, but with a little burnt sienna, just to make that stand out as a tree trunk and little branches. Again, using the same brush. I'm not going detailed with this. It's impressionistic. And each time we're going lighter and lighter to build up where the sunlight is hitting these plants and which direction the sun is coming from. In this case, it's coming from the left-hand side. So now we're going to go with a little bit more phthalo blue now into the yellow. Produces a bit more of a greeny green rather than a yellowy green. And a little bit of titanium white added to it as well. You can keep scraping and scratching. And again, adding even more highlights all the time, building up. Going even lighter still. Some acrylic paints do actually dry a little darker than when they're wet. They always look slightly darker. Certain paints. Winsor & Newton paints are very good at not going dark. They tend to hold the same value. But in general, it's always best to paint lighter than you think with acrylics, because it will dull down slightly. Using the same brush again. All this painting so far has been done with this one brush. A little fan brush. Creating an edge of the footpath there now, having some of the grasses falling over the edge. Scraping again. Now I'm using a rigger brush, but again with a little bit more of a burnt umber tone into the green to create a little warmth, these lines that I'm producing here. Just add that little bit of warmth. Now we need to go lighter, so I'm adding a little bit of titanium white to it now in yellow. Yellow ochre, I think it is. These are the stalks that the actual flowers will be on. Just adding some more grasses. You don't have to go too detailed with this. Again, it's randomness. I'm not doing these lines all in the same way. They're haphazard. Now with a little flat brush and just pure titanium white, just I think with a hint of yellow ochre, and just adding some little dabs, little white dabs. These are the flowers on the end of the stalks that have just been painting in with the rigger. So while they're like this, and while they're reasonably wet, what I'll do is, using a scraper, I will pull down from the wet white paint, and it creates the stalks automatically. Now I'm splattering some paint on now, the same colour with the whites, just to create that little randomness. that you can never actually paint by hand. So just splattered the things on there. Now I'm just sort of tidying up and just adding one or two more where I think they're needed. Making some lighter than others, larger than others, some large, some small. Again, randomness. A few more stalks drawn in with the rigger brush. And a few highlights again on the grass footpath. Now what I'm doing here is I'm adding some phthalo blue into the green, which creates a nice cool green, which is good for the shadows. And then highlighted with another bright green. And you start to see the shadows appear and the sunlight appear. Now this background tree started to add a few more of the highlights of the greens. Now we add a little bit of phthalo blue there just to create a little cool green where it goes darker. Just establishing those darker areas again. And now we'll have a little warmer green. That's a green with a little bit more of the burnt umber into it. Now a few bright highlights on the edges of the tree foliage will just be picked out as the sunlight hits them. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it and possibly learned something new. Please hit the like button and subscribe to keep updated on my latest video releases. And I look forward to you joining me on our next painting adventure. And above all, don't forget to have fun with your painting.